New Otamatone! Automaton the Second has arrived. Deluxe versus Techno Day 1. I got my Otamatone Techno off of Amazon Prime a couple weeks ago, but today was the day I actually got around to pulling it out of the box, taking a look. I looked at the instructions to see like what there's different that I'm supposed to do, and unfortunately, the instructions for the Techno are not in English. I was able to determine looking at them that there's a lot of things that are the same as the Deluxe, and when it comes to the new thing it can do, which is that it comes, there's this thing on the back that says OTM link, and that is sort of a new hole that wasn't on the Deluxe, and it allows you to hook it in directly to a phone or an iPad, and they come with a cable for this, and I've been playing with that a little bit, but the very first thing I want to do is take a look at how it sounds when you just use it as an Otamatone. So let's pull out the original Automaton, the Otamatone. I'm going to hook this up to... This is going to be the volume setting I'm going to use on it. Basically, one big tick past the midpoint, and let's just take a look at what this does in the middle range. About an F sharp, up through about a C natural above the staff. The very first thing I noticed when I pulled out the new Techno, I'm going to set it to the same setting, one setting past half, is it's got a slightly wider range. Automaton the Second has a slightly wider middle range than Automaton Senior. On that slide, I am one whole step short of 3 octaves. And here, I am 2.5 octaves. So that's actually quite a bit of a range advantage. However, I think the sound is also a little bit different. Let's try playing the same thing on both instruments. Soft. That's Automaton Senior. Automaton the Second is a little bit softer at the same volume setting right now. It is possible that the batteries it comes with are maybe a little bit weaker. It could just be that it's slightly softer as a Techno. I don't know. But it does feel like it has that wider range, which makes it possible to play a few things that would not have worked on Automaton the First, but it also might need a little more help from amplification. After all, this one is designed to plug into a device. Let's check the difference between the ranges on these things. So, this one... Alright, we've got our F sharp. Two octaves and a half step, almost exactly. Come on, go to low. My low range is acting up. Okay. Here we go. Ooh. So that is one whole step short of 2 octaves. Boop, boop. And 1/2 step past 2 octaves. Difference. Let's see. So let's go with the same F natural here. Now that's exactly 2 octaves. Will this be exactly 2 octaves? No, that's 2 octaves and a whole step. So for the Techno, I went from 2 octaves low to mid, 2 octaves plus a whole step, mid to high. For the old Deluxe, 2 octaves and a half step. Okay, so the ranges are not exactly the same, but they're close. It is nice that at least low to mid on Automaton the Second, at least my Techno, it's exactly a 2 octave difference, which probably means that I can do some funny things with it, like... Like, there's got to be an effect I can do with that in a song by just messing with the thing on the back. Now that I think about it, the range switch on the back. Oh, this is interesting. It's a little bit easier for me to control the range switch on the back of my new Techno than my old Deluxe, and I don't believe that's a difference in terms of age of the Automaton. The way my Deluxe just did some strange things when I tried to move it into low range, that was an age thing. Automaton didn't do that when he was a brand new Automaton, when he was a brand new Otamatone, but the range switch does seem to be a little bit easier to handle on the Techno. Now, with that said, the next thing I'm going to do is show you what happens when I first try plugging this in to an iPad. I'm picking an iPad over an Android because that seems to sort of be recommended. Okay, now it's time for some real fun. We have my iPad here, including you can sort of see there's this Otamatone app. That's actually the official app I'm going to be messing with first. We've got the cable that the Otamatone Techno comes with, and I am going to plug this cable into the iPad. I really should set up my camera so you can see what I'm doing better, but I didn't really want to move rooms to do this. I'm going to plug this into the OTM link, and you can immediately hear that I start playing this, and you barely hear anything out. And that's just what happens when you plug it in. It doesn't want to play from itself when it's plugged in. I'm not sure if that's working. So, in any case, this is what the official app looks like when you first look at it. Only the stuff on the top is unlocked. I have not bothered to get the upgraded paid stuff with it because I'm not sure this app works very well. Yeah, so let's see. So the app has a little keyboard thing. And I notice doesn't seem to be doing much. I can change voices. Let's try. Alright, so what I think happens is I may have put the plug-in backwards. I'm going to turn the beat so that the beat's trying to turn on, and I'm going to reverse this thing. Wow, that made a terrible noise. Oh. That's interesting. Alright, OTM link. There we go. Okay, so the cable is one directional. The cable is one directional, and not only is it one directional, it's also really, like, sensitive. It's definitely trying to play out. Trying to rotate this correctly. Yeah, okay, so I'm going to try closing and reopening the Otamatone app. This, by the way, is not so much me giving you some sort of crappy content as it is me showing what you can expect when you use the Otamatone app. A lot of debugging to go on with this thing. Also, I'm not very used to using an iPad, so it's a little hard for me to close everything. Like, it's just so... Android is so much easier for me because I'm used to using it. Alright, now I am reloading the Otamatone app on here, and we're going to see what happens. The Otamatone Studio. Okay, it's definitely... I'm playing the keyboard on here. And I can hear it is trying to come out of the Otamatone. So you can hear a little beat coming out of the Otamatone. That's what this is doing right now. Now, there's also a switch on here on the app. It shows you can set your Otamatone supposedly to be in chromatic, 12-tone, or other scales. I have tried doing that. As far as I can tell, it does nothing.
As far as I can tell, that effect does absolutely nothing.
Let's unplug and replug this again. Okay, this is a very, very sensitive connector. If you listen closely enough, you can hear that it is, in fact, attempting to do something cool. Aha! Well, it was aha for a minute. I think I just got it plugged in correctly. Yay, I turned my Otamatone into a crappy electric piano. Not only that, but when I talk into it, it will listen to what I'm saying, and it'll determine that my voice is obviously an attempt at making music. Listen to this. Listen to this, Otamatone. Turn my voice into music. This is the weirdest stuff ever. And you hear periodic feedback. Alright, let's change the beat to something else. Alright, now interpret my stuff. Now interpret my stuff. Okay, so setting it to 12 tone makes sure that everything that the Otamatone interprets in my voice as music ends up on a pitch rather than in between the notes. Like if I did... Yeah, okay, so when I turn it off of... Now, let's say it's going to be in... Okay. So I can make it interpret the words I say into the Otamatone's mouth in minor blues. And that's what this app is good for. So I can show you the iPad screen while I'm doing this ridiculousness. See, I've got it, and I've set it to blues, and so as a result, the Otamatone is listening to my voice and playing it back as very strange music. Unfortunately, this doesn't do what I expected the app to do. What I wanted the app to do is I put my finger on the Otamatone, and the Otamatone makes a sound that is not a normal Otamatone sound. That does not appear to be what this does. However, my understanding is that when I come back to this after a couple days, there are options out there that will allow me to do what I actually want it to do, other than just saying things and having the Otamatone provide me with a musical backing track to the words I say. That's it for day one. I'm going to go mess around, look on the Otamatone Discord, see some of the stuff that Moshi Base and some of the other people have said about what to do with the Techno. I'm going to check Reddit, I'm going to check some other things, and I'm going to see if I can find some more cool options to bring back for another video, which is going to be messing around with the Otamatone Techno after I've had it for a little while, and I can figure out the things that it does besides. I have to admit, this effect is actually really cool, besides giving a background music track to my life. Cheers, everyone.